Hello, welcome you all on the Bhopal School of Social Sciences. I am Ashish Ogle, Assistant Professor in Department of the Humanities. So today in this session we will discuss on a very important topic of third semester examination. So in which we will discuss about the personal administration. In the today's class, in this personal administration we will discuss on the unit 1, that is the civil services, meaning and features. So let's start. So what is the meaning of the civil services and what are the features of the civil services? Both of them actually we discuss in detail, okay, in today's class. Let's see here. So first we have a very simplest discussion over the introduction part. In this introduction, let's see here. First we go through the running matter and then I will explain to some of the things. Hermann Feiner. He is one of the very greatest personality. He rightly observed and actually he say, personal is the sovereign factor in the public administration. So the personal, if I say that is a sovereign factor in the public administration. So sovereign stands for actually they are free from any kinds of the external, whatever kind of the powers or the pressure. And that's why they are perform all kinds of the activities very freely in the words of the Hermann Feiner. But let's see. The personal administration is also called with the many number of the names. And let's see here, they may also sometimes called as the manpower management. We also call them personal management, labor welfare management and many number of the other names. Okay. However, the term personal administration has the wider connotation. It deals with the classification, recruitment, training, promotion, compensation, discipline and retirement benefits of the personnel in the government. So basically here a very important thing. Sometimes we have lots of confusion. What is the meaning of the personal management? So personal management as an example in a whole of organization. In whole of organization every kinds of the department sections are divided. In which one of the very important section or the part of the management that we call as the personal management. Who actually completely we can say focus over all kinds of the activities concerned to the managing the affairs of the personals or the employees in the organization. And for those, they are completely dedicated and prepare the policy plans, they implement them and also try to achieve the goals of the organization. They play a really very crucial and very important role in which they are completely involved to discuss and having the decisions and framing the policies for the, okay, as I discussed to you the classification of the different kinds of the post in the organization itself, recruitment, training, promotion, compensation, discipline, retirement benefits, these all are a very important kind of the activities where they are going to decide and framing the policies, not for an instance when they are, okay, at the first instance going to recruit to the any personals or the employee, but for throughout his tenure and throughout of its organization tenure. That's good. So now we are going to discuss and continue to discuss about the meaning of the civil services first. So we have just looked into what is the meaning of the public personal administration. So after having discussion or actually just do properly understand about the personal administration, now I likely to explain with you all about the meaning of civil services. So let's see, I am moving with the content. Here is first time to let everybody know about the meaning of civil services. An effort was given by British Tomlin Commission in 1929-31. So they say what actually according to this British Tomlin Commission, they say civil service include those servants of the crown who are employed in the civil capacity and whose remuneration is wholly and directly paid out of the monies voted by the parliament. Very simple. Very simple. Actually, I'll say a very simple thing, that is British Tomlin Commission has given the definition or they're trying to explain what is the civil services actually in reference to the system what they have in their own country. The monarchical system they have in their country. In this monarchical system, the head of the nation is the monarch. Okay, and that is actually monarchical system is on the basis of hereditary. And that's why they simply say whoever there are, okay, whoever we found into the in the administration or actually we can say the personal system into their country, they all actually belongs to the royal, okay, royal family. So in this way, they all are the personals of the crown. They all are the personals of the crown, and in this way, they are actually considered those all the kinds of the employees who receives the permanent and the regular remunerations. Remunerations stands for the salary or the compensation for what they are working could be same. Okay, and they are actually whatever the salaries or whatever kind of the, okay, we can say the financial assistance we providing to them, that all kinds of the financial assistance we providing them only after having voted from the parliament. It means the parliamentary approval in British, okay, we can say the government system is very important over here. So that is explained by him. But British Tomlin Commission is not alone who going to get explained. The other very good actually explanation for the what is the meaning of the civil service is given by the Herman Feiner. According to Herman Feiner, civil service is a professional body of the official. They are permanent, paid and skilled. So the civil service is what? They are the professional body. Professional stands for what? They are well trained, they are well skilled. On the basis of their qualification, their skill, they are rightly, okay, appointed on a specific job. Apart from that, they are permanent. It means once they are appointed, they only actually, okay, do work until the superannuation retirement age. Apart from that, they are paid and they are the skilled. So very good actually we can say the explanation given by the Herman Feiner, by which it is clearly give us the meaning of the civil services. So the same, a very important personality, again he tried to give in the explanation about the meaning of civil services, and he is E.N. Gladden. So E.N. Gladden, in his words, what he explained to the civil services meaning. So he said the requirement of the civil services are that it shall be impartially selected, administratively competent, politically neutral and imbibed with the spirit of the civil services community. So basically here, okay, the personalities and the particular Tomlin Commission has tried to explain very well what is the meaning of the civil services. So very simply, I just going to explain to you all, if I say about the meaning of the civil services, now number of kinds of the very greatest important features are trying to get explained. So this personality, okay, have say what is the meaning of the civil servants. So civil servants are those who are paid regularly, who are committed to their job, and they are the employees of the government to whom we call as the civil servants. Now to have a more clarity and better understanding over the what is the meaning of the civil servants, we go through the features of civil services. So let's see here, I am going to discuss about the features of civil services. Okay, so there are many number of the features of the civil services we discuss. Features means, you know, it is a characteristics. It means very simply, do understand. If we go enter into any government organization or the public organization, at that time if you see any of the employee, so how it is possible, what are the parameters, or we can say the what kinds of the characteristics you see in this official, on the basis of what you can say him as the civil servant. So there are some of the very important characteristics we are going to discuss over here. What is this? Number one, as I discuss. So the civil servants, it does not include, civil servants does not include the persons of the military services, judicial services and the police services, right? So the military, judicial and police services servants, or actually we can say all the employees are not considered as of the civil servants. Similarly, it also does not include those persons who hold the political offices. So political offices means what? Very simple actually, if they are the politicians or any kinds of the political dignitaries, they are actually in the government, are not considered as of the civil servants, and including those persons who are work for the state without being paid, that is in an honorary capacity. So they are also not included. So what does it mean? Very simple, many number of the personalities, many number of the scholars do serve to the government. They are actually giving as similar the services as actually the government do, but they are working with the government, but they do not receive any kinds of the honorary, okay, or any kinds of the salary or the paid. It means they are voluntarily just giving their contribution, and these peoples, or this actually we can say the personalities also could not be taken into the consideration to be called as the civil servants. Let's see here the next one. It means the civil services is a body of the professional administrators, okay, as opposed to the amateur politicians. So they are the professionals. Professional means what? They are well trained. They are committed and completely focused over the duty what they are allotted. And accordingly, because of they are actually the professional body, it is very clearly could be get identified with these characteristics who are the civil servants in the public organizations. Not only this, but actually there are some more characteristics we discuss, in which the next, let's see here. They are paid regularly by the state and do not have the incentives of the private profit while in civil services. So, very simply actually it is explained that they are paid regularly. So, a regular salary or the regular whatever the actually duties or the responsibilities allotted to them, accordingly a remuneration or the compensation are fixed as a salary for them. And whatever the salary they receives, they are not allowed to take any other incentives or the benefits from the outside peoples or the private entities, okay, to perform the same duties or the responsibilities allotted by the government to him. And that's why that is the very important kind of the characteristics, okay, because if they are going to receive any other kinds of the incentives or the benefits other than the salary from the outside people to perform the same functions, to perform the same duty which is already, okay, assigned under the particular offices allotted to him, then considered as of the corruption and they are not considered to be, okay, perform the same. Let's see, I am continuing. Impartial selection, that is, its members are appointed by an open competition as against the politicians who are elected on the party lines. So, very simple. Civil servants considered of those peoples, okay, who are got the entry into the government job when they are, okay, facing and ensure their merit into the any kinds of the examination. So, the qualification and the merit, it is become very much important to be appointed as a person to the civil services. Okay, so they are completely, we can say, opposite to that of the politicians who are, okay, get selected on the basis of party lines and sometimes they are being considered as of the representative of the peoples. Okay, next. It is a career service in the sense that its members take up public service as the lifetime occupation. So, actually once, just like as an example, many of the civil servants or we can say that many of the outside peoples, they are appearing as a candidate for the civil services. And when they are appearing as a candidate for the civil services, they look into that civil services as a career opportunity or the career profession, okay, in which they are likely to be stay for their long time or we can say up to their lifetime. Let's see now. It is the members skilled in the sense that they become experts in their professional due to the continuous training and the work experience. So, the civil servants are trained, I say. They are not trained just on the, okay, when they are got the entry into the civil services, but in throughout their, we can say, the working life. In throughout their working life, whenever there is the role, the post or the different kinds of the changes occurs or the we can say the time is getting passing, okay, of their working durations. So, the multiple actually we can say the module of the different types of the trainings according to the module are provided to them and that all are actually make them a very skilled and professional civil servants. So, that is one of the very important kind of the characteristics of the or we can say the features of the civil services over here. We are continuing to discuss about the same. It is organized on the principle of hierarchy in which a chain of command stretches in a pyramid fashion from the lowest office to the highest office. The principle of hierarchy. Okay, so principle of hierarchy is really very much important principle in which it is seldomly we see there is no any organization is adopted to that principle. But in public organizations mainly, if we are generally see, there is the principle of hierarchy is the basis of any of we can say the organization or the public organization in which every employees are designated on the basis of the superior subordinate relationship. Is it clear? So, accordingly, they are also completely concerned with that of kinds of the actually we can say the assigned post or the dignities into the any organization. Next, neutrality, that is the members serve different political regimes impartially. So, neutrality is also very important feature. What is the meaning of the neutrality that I am actually also explain to you. Neutrality means a behavior of the civil servant without biasness of the political any kinds of the we can say the biasness. So, very simply I say any of the civil servants are not considered to be have any biasness or the partiality with any political party. Instead of that, because of civil servants are permanent in their job, civil servants are permanent in their job. Just suppose that any of the politicians who come into the government, just like any political party who come into the government, they are having their non-permanent job. It means what? Very simply, they are appointed or they come into the government just for the sake of around actually the specific kind of the tenure. In Indian perspective, I say any of the government is getting choose for the 5-year tenure, but the 5-year will be completed by them. It is also doubtful. So in this way, the political parties are frequently changed or even actually changes after the 5 years, but the civil servants are permanent. So the civil servants are the permanent in this way. Actually, we considered that the civil servants during their job, okay, many a times they are facing or get associated with the different kinds of the political parties. Every political party has the different kinds of the ideas, their ideologies, their promises to the, we can say, the peoples or the public in course of actually having their role into the government. So in this way, here the neutrality is clearly say about the isolation, or we can say neutrality with that of the political biasness. It means the civil servants must not give any kinds of, okay, favor to the politicians. Instead of that, whoever the political party came into the power, they must give the services, providing the aid, advices and all types of the assistance without any biasness and with the impartiality manner. And that is considered as of the, okay, principle of neutrality. Apart from that, there is the principle of anonymity, that is the work without praise and blame. So the civil servants are under the principle of anonymity are working behind the curtain. Behind the curtain stands for what? Actually, the politicians are given with the power of decision making authority. So whatever the decisions or the policy formulated by the politicians, the civil servants only has the work for its execution or the implementation. In this way, whatever the execution or the implementation performed by the civil servants, for that they are not, okay, we can say responsible politically, or we can say they are not responsible into the legislature. And in this way, this particular principle we call as of the principle of anonymity, in which they are working behind the curtain, and for whatever the functions performed by any of the civil servants, for that, okay, the minister or the politician who decided that policy are being considered as a responsible and the duty bound, and accordingly there is the principle of anonymity is working. So here we have discussed to the topic of the personal administration. Okay, in the personal administration we have discussed about the topic of civil services, its meaning and the features. Very thankful to you again. Okay, we will meet into the next session again very fast, very soon. Okay, to discuss on the same. Take care. Thank you so much, and all the best to you.